Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my room. If you're here for my political videos, just stay tuned because I have an extra large Neph news video coming this weekend to cover everything I've missed over the last couple of weeks while I was on vacation. Sorry about that. We're gonna talk about the bounty on Trump's head and his second assassination attempt. We're gonna talk about P. Diddy's arrest. We're gonna talk about Kamala's interview on Oprah and all that shit, so stick around. But I need to cover this story because it made me mad. And you know how I am. When I get mad about something, I have to bring it to your attention. So there's been some drama stirring up in the Vtuber community that I need to talk about because upon looking into this story, I have discovered that everybody's a fucking retard and social media has shrank your attention span to infantile levels. Like every twitlonger someone puts out needs to have Cocomelon style jump cuts just to keep your attention. It's wild, especially when getting your facts right is supposed to be part of the job of being a YouTuber. Am I wrong sometimes? Absolutely. But these people are so far off the mark and nobody is correcting anybody because everybody is wrong at the same time. And it's annoying when shit like this happens. You people are the reason shit gets memory hold after a week or two. Oh, why does everybody forget things after It's you! Anyways, I don't care much for VTubers despite being one myself. Everybody thinks that because I'm a VTuber with an interest in VTubing that my subscriber feed must be jam-packed with VTubers, and that's actually not the case. Contrary to popular belief, I can't stand VTubers, and there's a reason for that. I actually discovered the art of VTubing before I discovered what a VTuber was. Are you following me? How is this possible? Well, I'm a game developer with an interest in anime, and I wanted to make a video game with an all-anime cast, so I made one called Seeking Asylum. And while I was designing the characters with this software called Vroid, I was trying to come up with marketing ideas. So I found out through the Vroid hub that I could download this other software called Vroid Magic Mirror that would let me take my Vroid model and essentially bring it to life with the help of my webcam. So I was like, yo, that's pretty fucking sick. I did this for a while. I made a video or two with my VTuber model and tried to play games with it and make skits and shit with my VTuber model. And this Twitch dude commented on one of my videos and asked me for an interview. So I was like, fuck it. I don't know if the interview is still up. It was a couple years ago. But in that interview, I was like, yo, I discovered this thing that I can do that nobody else is doing, blah, 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 blah. And the interviewer actually laughed at me. It was like, what? What do you mean nobody else is doing it? And as it turns out, everyone and their mama is doing it. And there's a whole ass community of these motherfuckers with avatars that look slightly different than mine. They are way sleeker and they can do things that my avatar is very limited in. So I fell quite a few years behind on this trend, and in my research discovered that the VTuber community is nothing but a bunch of fucking degenerates. You got the big-breasted VTuber who talks about sex all the time because booba equals viewership. You got the VTuber who pitches her voice up, obviously pandering to a specific demographic.
Hi!
And then you have men with women avatars like Rev Says Desu, who's a fucking weirdo. You're a weirdo, bruh. Why is your avatar a loli, bruh? You can be literally anything your imagination can think of, so why the fuck are you this vampire little girl, dude? That's weird. You're weird. I can't even make Coleus an AI VTuber who could be my live streaming companion because Mother already ruined that for me. What's with the hypersexual bullshit, bruh? It's fucking annoying. You take this super cool fucking concept and absolutely fucking ruin it before it gets the chance to do anything interesting. So that's what I mean when I say I love VTubing, but I hate VTubers. I think it's this super cool idea and can be a super cool source of entertainment, but it was executed badly, and now every single person in the VTubing community basically has to do softcore porn on their channel in order to gain any sort of viewership. The people who watch VTubers aren't even people I fucking like or agree with politically, so I'm like, what the fuck? That's why I made the hashtag VTubers for Trump, because the majority of the VTuber audience are a bunch of liberal weebs who don't know what a woman is, but for some reason can't wait to see one naked. You're all a bunch of literal neats. Let's get some common sense motherfuckers in this community, and you can like that or not like that. I don't give a fuck. Giving a fuck is not something I typically do. I'm selfish with my fucks. I'm not the type of fuck to walk around with a bottomless bag of fucks, handing them out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry asking for a fuck. I don't give them out. I leave my fucks at home. Alright, I'm done with my rant on VTubers. I just had to get that out because it makes me mad when I wanted to be a VTuber because I think the technology is insanely cool, only to find out that it's been hijacked before it even really took off. And now there's a negative stigma around the entire concept. Anyways, there's another VTuber who people are alleging cheated on her military boyfriend while he was deployed to Afghanistan, and you can add that to the pile of reasons why I hate the VTubing community. Is what I would say if that were the case, but it's not. It's just what everybody think happened because nobody can fucking read, and I'm 95% positive that people only jumped on this bandwagon because she's a VTuber, and a lot of VTubers are fucking whores for the reasons I mentioned earlier. Notice how when I'm Alex got screenshots thrown at him by his girlfriend, everybody went to read the document. When Quite got allegations thrown at him by his girlfriend, everybody went to read the document. Everybody sided with Orion until Quite made a video and completely wiped the floor with her wannabe transgender ass. But when Apricot Fruit posted a twit longer, longer, no one gave a solitary fuck. All it took was someone saying that she cheated on her boyfriend while he was deployed for people to run with this story and start memeing her to death, putting her on the Five Guys couch, and now people think she cheated with 5 dudes because of that meme, and it spiraled completely out of control. So when she dropped her twit longer, no one gave a solitary fuck, and it's only because she's a VTuber, bruh, I promise you. Now, I don't know this girl. I'm not a fan of this girl. I didn't even know who she was before a couple days ago when this story blew up. She's a liberal. She uses she, her pronouns in case you were curious. And it doesn't matter if she's on the opposite side of the political aisle than me. I sense a great injustice happening, and I feel the need to defend her. The amount of people saying the most fucked up and vile things are blowing my mind. These people are uneducated, illiterate, and all have the collective IQ of a box of wheat thins. People see a meme and think they know the whole story and start jumping on the bandwagon. It's a lot of the reason that people are so misinformed about every fucking thing. I've learned from the libs who protest my comment section on a regular basis that people actually seem to be getting their news from memes. And if you're one of these people who can see a meme and form your whole opinion instead of researching it for yourself, you're part of the problem with the entire world. Anyways, after discovering Froot, I found out that she's one of the few VTubers who looks somewhat normal, and that's like finding a needle in a haystack. If you look at her side by side with her avatar, it makes sense. She's this goth girl who works under the Vishojo company, which is one of these VTubing agencies like FaZe Connect. So she's established and pretty well off up until a couple days ago where an allegation surfaced that she cheated on her husband while he was deployed in the military, and all it took was a little bit of digging for me to find out that that isn't the case at all. She never cheated, and as it turns out, her military husband is a subhuman piece of trash. He broke up with her twice. It happened once. She even mentions it in the document that nobody read. She begs for him back. He took her back, broke up with her again, called her names, and berated her so badly that she took up drinking to numb the pain. And while she was drinking, she was talking to her friend over Discord and spilling her guts to him, and in her drunken state, she said something flirtatious. That was it. That's the cheating that everybody said happened. She was single, first of all, gave her husband a chance to take her back, and when it didn't seem like it was going to happen, she vented to a male friend and flirted with the guy who was actually there for her. That was it. She didn't fuck anyone. She was single at the time. She never cheated. This is a cut and dry case of a guy who never gave a shit about a girl and wanted an out, but didn't want to seem like the asshole because his public appearance matters more than doing the right thing, and people see his military status and automatically assume that he's an angel. Newsflash, he's not. And we're about to go through this entire fucking document that nobody read. Anyways, let's get into this document. It is 90 pages. It took me about an hour to read the whole thing. It's mostly screenshots with her little anecdotes here and there, but brace yourself because this shit gets bad. He doesn't physically abuse her from what I understand, but he does emotionally abuse her and manipulate her and verbally abuse her. So let's get into it. I'll stop rambling. This shit is wild. The airport incident. So we're gonna skip the beginning because she's just giving context on the nature of an abusive partner and what the MO of an abuser typically is and how nobody starts out abusive. It's something that gradually happens over time. Something of note here is that she was 19 at the time, like she's fresh out of high school, brand new adult. And she met this guy online, I'm assuming, because she lives in the UK and he lives in America. They decided to meet up, and right here, literally out of the gate, we get introduced to who he is as a person. She flies out to see him. Already I have a problem with this guy. First of all, why is she flying out to see him? Why is he not flying out to see her? They give you paid time off in the military. He could have easily taken vacation time and went to see his girlfriend, but she ends up flying out to him. That's my first issue with the guy. That situation is already weird, but she does it. She flies from Britain and touches down in Sweden in the middle of the night. Her train isn't until noon, so she finds a quiet place in the airport and sees all kind of people sleeping on benches, so she thinks it's pretty safe. She finds a quiet sofa to pass out on and take a nap, only to wake up to a stranger touching her, and she starts to freak out, and you can see how erratic she is in the messages. She's frantically messaging her boyfriend about how she's being followed. She messaged him about how she had to contact the police and file a report, how her phone is gonna die and it's at 17%. She doesn't want to see that guy again and she's scared and she had to hide in the women's bathroom, eventually saying that the police found the guy. All of this is happening and he has no idea because he's sleeping. Like, that's another problem I have with him. If my girlfriend was at an airport by herself in another country, there is no fucking way I'd be sleeping. Like, I would be so worried. We get no response from him until 2.5 hours later. And what does he say? Sad face. Oh fuck. Your girlfriend just got molested at an airport in a foreign country. That is not a human reaction. No, oh my god, are you okay? Man, if I was there, it wouldn't have happened. Man, I should have went to you. Nothing. Sad face. Oh fuck. She could have been trafficked. That's how people get trafficked. They're alone in a foreign country and they get picked up and sold into slavery. She's not a big girl. Her chat even makes fun of her weight when she revealed how light she is. She's a tiny girl. And Mr. Army Guy didn't think about none of that shit. Oh fuck. That sucks. Damn, so when you getting here? Like right out of the gate, I'm like, does this motherfucker even care about this girl? She even defends his reaction in this document by saying the sad face isn't awful. Yes, it fucking is. That is awful. Your girlfriend who's traveling overseas got molested at an airport in a foreign country and could have easily been raped or trafficked, and the most you can muster up from the empty void in your chest is a goddamn sad face? You're barely even pretending to care. Anyway, she brings up this airport incident because he brings up this incident in an argument later down the road as an example of how supportive he is of her. He literally goes, who was molested at an airport? You. Who was there for you instantly? Me. And this is textbook gaslighting because he was not there instantly at all. He didn't reply for 2.5 hours. No advice, no support. He didn't even give a human reaction. You could probably punch one of his boys in the face and he would give more of a reaction than his girlfriend getting molested at an airport in a foreign country. Also, if these timestamps are correct and from her perspective, I just realized that she's in Sweden at the time that this is happening and he's in America, which means that he's at least 6 hours behind her, anywhere from 6 to 9 hours behind her, which means that he's awake. Unless he's sleeping at 7 p.m. and waking up at midnight, he's literally just ignoring her through this whole thing. Anyways, this shit gets way worse, but now we have context of who we're dealing with and who he is as a person with his whole airport debacle. Moving on, she talks about how he made her choose between performing a particular sex act or being cheated on. She redacts what the sex act is, but I'm pretty sure it's anal. Either way, you can see the context surrounding the act and how she's trying to set this boundary and he's trying to emotionally manipulate her into pushing past her boundary, and that's never okay. It's probably something he saw in a porno and now he wants to try it and she wasn't doing it. I'm pretty sure it's anal. This needs to be reiterated. The following is because her back door is locked, okay? Oh yes, so lucky I ended up with a woman who won't try something everyone else tries. I've never fucked a woman in the ass. I'm assuming that's in the ass. She says no, he keeps pushing. He tries to gaslight her into thinking that she said yes at one point, but apparently she's always said no, and he even tries to make her feel bad for saying no. He said that he's definitely going to try it at some point in his life, even if he has to find another woman that will let him fuck her in the ass. Literally threatening to cheat on her if she doesn't do anal, with some new skank who lets you stick it in the butt. All you motherfuckers mad at her for allegedly cheating on him, why are you not mad at this? Because none of you read the shit. Oh, it gets worse. He actually subtly threatens to kill her if she doesn't do anal. Maybe at some point, maybe it'll be after you die, but it's going to happen. What does that mean? Are you not gonna die together? Are you gonna fuck an old lady in the ass when you're a widowed old man? Or are you gonna kill your wife just so you could do anal with some skank? Do you understand how stupid this sounds? Let's flip the script here. Imagine you're with a girl for a few months and she shares with you that her ultimate fantasy is to peg you in the ass with a giant strap-on dildo. Imagine you set a boundary like, what? No, you're not gonna fuck me in the ass. And then she goes, fine. I'll just find a guy who will let me peg him in the ass. Oh, so you're gonna fuck someone else then? Maybe at some point. Maybe it'll be after you die. But I'm gonna peg a man. Do you understand? Do you get how ridiculous this is? He subtly threatened to kill her over her not doing anal. He continues to make her feel bad, calling her a baby and saying she's not gonna die, so what is she afraid of? Saying they're not equals like he thought they were. And if you wanna play the equality game, you should let her fuck you in the butt. If you're a true advocate of gender equality. He continues to try to pressure her and then downplay her fears by saying what he's afraid of, and it made it all better. See? He's afraid of being poor, but he will happily go $2,000 in debt for his wife because he's such a good person. So she should reward his generosity by letting him fuck her in the butt. Nothing gets you out of the red like butt sex. He calls her selfish. Oh, this part is great. He actually claims that it was a joke, and the part that he's actually upset about is the fact that she said no. This is the classic, I'm just kidding. Unless. And then he follows it up by saying that he's at risk of getting in trouble by the army if he fucks in any position that's not missionary. That's not how that works. What? You think your commanding officer is in the bedroom monitoring your sex life? Oh shit, she's on top. She's on top. All hands on deck. We got a code cowgirl in the barracks. That's not how that works. You're not gonna get dishonorably discharged for fucking doggy style, okay? Like every sex position has to be authorized by army regulations. Get the fuck out of here. He 100% made that up. Okay, here, he actually turns into Eric Cartman and starts contemplating suicide.
I am going to kill myself unless you all start taking it seriously.
Hold on, let me play a sad song on the world's smallest violin while I get into character. I really may as well be dead. What a pointless existence I'll be living with you if you're afraid to go out of your comfort zone. Where you'd rather see me dead or fucking another woman before you do anything for me. Ever since this morning, where you ultimately wanted to leave me to prove how serious you are, I've been contemplating suicide again. Because at the end of the day, no matter how normal my life appears to be, it will always come crashing and burning around me. Nothing will remain of what I had hope in. Nothing I care about survives the test of time. So if I don't stick around, I won't be on this earth. But that's a decision I'll make another time. I'm done with living. It's the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. The suffering of my heart doesn't end. So I put up with it and cry in public or go away quietly. This is about anal. He wrote this emo sad boy monologue because she won't do anal. He's gonna kill himself because she won't do anal.
I'm gonna kill myself, honey.
Imagine a girl wants to peg you in the ass. And when you say no, she launches into this monologue and goes,
I'm gonna kill myself.
like, bruh. That's enough of that. This is what she means when she says she's expressing autonomy over her body. People saw this and was like, she calls cheating autonomy over her body. No, she didn't cheat. She just doesn't want to get fucked in the ass. He threatens to cheat on her if she doesn't get butt fucked, like throws out divorce statistics like some sort of red pill Sneeko fan. He 100% watches Sneeko. Dude probably donates to every stream. He's throwing out divorce statistics. The entitlement of this motherfucker is what's fucking me up. This dude is so entitled, he's gonna kill himself because his wife's not a fucking femboy. That's basically it. At one point, she got diagnosed with dyslexia and he called her retarded and said that she's just gonna use that as an excuse for her forgetfulness. Like, he said her having dyslexia isn't fair to him because he couldn't just have a normal functioning partner. He's talking about her being dyslexic like she's broken or something. Yeah, I'm sure you're magically retarded to suit your needs. What a coincidence. This guy is just an all-around piece of work, dude. He also displays quite a bit of homophobia to mask the fact that he's a deeply closeted homosexual. Like actual homophobia. Not like, oh, he called his friend a faggot, he's homophobic. Nah, he's actually homophobic. He thinks being gay is mental illness. He thinks being gay is unnatural. Froot watched an anime called Citrus, which I've seen. It's actually not bad, but it depicts a lesbian couple as the protagonist and love interest. It's not even propaganda. There's no flags or nothing. It's not telling kids to go be trans. It's literally just a slice of life anime with two women who fall in love. That's it. You could swap the girl for a guy and it would tell the same story. But he launches into this whole ass tirade about how gays are unnatural, which is wild because he wanted to fuck his girlfriend in the ass so badly he was gonna kill himself a second ago.
I am going to kill myself unless you all start taking it seriously.
But now he suddenly cares about natural. He says, show me how two vaginas are gonna reproduce. He's very, very ignorant. He even calls her gay for watching this show and starts an argument about how she's gonna leave him for a woman and she has to reiterate that she's not gay. All of this because she watched an anime. He calls her a closeted gay, which is textbook projection because this is a man who was literally about to kill himself because he couldn't fuck a butthole. And he's calling her a closeted gay? Sure there, buddy. This is the type of guy that secretly has a Grindr account. He calls her malnourished and sleep deprived, and they said it's because of her choices when, according to her, she developed depression while she was with him. He calls her childish, and he says he's 10 times more successful in his life than she is. He calls her a good for nothing, and this is all because she watched a fucking anime with a lesbian protagonist. Like, when you trace the timestamps of every argument back to the source, you realize how much of a dumb fuck this motherfucker is. Here's another example of his homophobia, and I mean like actual homophobia. He tells her that she can't even watch an anime like that because anything LGBT could threaten his career in the military, and that's fucking bullshit. My dad's in the US Army, alright? And I'm actually shocked that he said that. She didn't even fight back, she just agreed. She was like, fine, I won't do it. And then he video calls her in a call that lasted almost 2 hours, victimizing himself and vocally, again, threatening suicide, calling himself a piece of shit and playing the woe is me card on repeat for 2 hours, and you can tell he hung up on her after he said he was gonna kill himself or something, because she has a full-blown panic attack after he hangs up. Nobody wants to be the reason that somebody dies, okay? That shit is traumatizing. Keep in mind, this is because she watched an anime that depicted a lesbian couple. She didn't even watch it with him. She just watched it on her own, and he tried to tell her that he could get fired if she does that. Oh, and he was gonna kill himself.
I am going to kill myself.
Shortly after that, she developed a drinking problem because she felt trapped in this relationship, full-blown depression, and he could not care less. He cared more about getting his rocks off than making his wife happy. It was a lot easier before you decided to be depressing. I'm still in that hole, nothing has changed. You tell yourself that if it makes you feel any better. It won't change how I feel. All it shows is that being married means the end of your sex life eventually. Everyone says it, now I'm experiencing it. He 1000% watches these red pill motherfuckers. He goes on to say that he considers his sex life just as important as his love life, and he can't fully say that he loves her. And it's because she's too depressed to fuck him, because he wore her down that much in the first place. Apparently, they weren't even actually married. The marriage wasn't even real. There was no wedding, no ceremony, no vows. She was by herself. He made her completely dependent on him. He made her cut off family, friends. She talks about a gas stove story where the stove broke and he started an argument because she asked her roommate to help fix it instead of him, even though he was all the way across the fucking pond. She was by herself. Her relationship with her mom never even fully recovered to this day. She traveled alone to America at 19 and got molested at an airport on her way over to his house in what was supposed to be just an overseas vacation, but turned into a marriage proposal, and she felt pressured into saying yes. He made her 100% dependent on him and turned her into his housewife and started demanding that she do the chores like the dishes and shit. She wasn't doing it because she was a happy wife who wanted to take care of the house and the family. She was ordered to do this by him, and if she fucked up in any way, he would yell at her or insult her in some way. That's not a loving marriage. And as it turns out, he was only marrying her to keep his house on a US Army base that he had from the previous marriage. He even tried to join their bank accounts. Mind you, they've only been dating for a few months, and this is the first time they've met in person. The next thing she mentions is the time that he kicked her out of the house with nothing but the clothes on her back and her phone, all because he took her to a shooting range and she didn't want to fire a gun. She just wanted to watch. He embarrassed her in public and in front of his friends by arguing about it, and he didn't speak to her for 2 days, all because she didn't want to fire a gun. He goes back and forth on shit because she can never do enough to make him happy. She had a guest over and he wanted to video call, but she didn't want to, and he started an argument that lasted for days. So the next time she had a guest over and he wanted to video call, she picked up and talked to him in front of her friends, and her friends actually complimented him and said that he could be a voice actor, and he got mad about that because he, quote, likes his privacy. So no matter what she does, she loses. She can't even do a video call with him without a full face of makeup on because he only wants to talk to the pretty version of her. You guys still want to defend this fucking loser? He broke up with her here, and she talks to her brother about it, and that's it. She has a few screenshots of the time that he's compared her to her ex-wife, times he's called her useless for wanting to finish her degree before moving to another country, and apparently there's more, but she leaves it right there. I break this down because nobody was fucking reading it. The comments on this very document, on the very post that posted this document that I just read to you, are some of the most vile and disgusting bullshit I've ever seen. Only mentally ill Twitter freaks support you. Sounds like sharing pieces of you was part of the problem. Cheats on him, then writes a 90-page document explaining how she's the victim. This is every human's worst nightmare. The man you cheated on nearly offed himself. He didn't nearly off himself because she cheated. He nearly offed himself because she wouldn't do anal. You're vile for being unfaithful. Again, she never cheated. She flirted with a friend after Army dude dumped her. I cheated on my husband who was on military deployment. Now let me tell you how I'm actually the victim. You are what's wrong with the world. Gets caught cheating. He's abusing me. I found this photo of you, pronouns in bio person. Just because she has pronouns in her bio doesn't mean she deserves what she got. Disgusting woman. Woman moment. You heard it here first, ladies. You better start doing anal or else Twitter's gonna be really mad at you. Anyways, I'll put a link to Froot stuff in the description of the video, so go say what's up. Send her some love because she needs some support. She's got a lot of caveman ooga booga looking ass boys on her neck right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And you can go to seekingasylum.net to play my game or cop some sick merch. You can hit the join button down below to become a member of the channel. Follow me on Rumble or go to my music channel at Nepharius Music to check out some tunes that I make in between uploads. And I'll see you in the next video. I've been riding around town, blowing loud with the window down. Oh shit.
New phone, who this?
I'm just steady winning. You can't even hurt my feelings, homie. Oh shit.
New phone, who this?
You can't ever slow me. Half of y'all don't even know me, homie. Oh shit.
New phone, who this?
Don't you dare try to call me, cause I'm introverted, homie. Better text me that shit.
New phone, who this?